What does scrying have to do with tablets, mobile phones and computers? Coming up. Scrying, also known by various names such as seeing or peeping, is the practice of looking into a suitable medium in the hope of detecting significant messages or visions. The objective might be personal guidance, prophecy, revelation, or inspiration, but down the ages, scrying in various forms also has been a prominent means of divination or fortune-telling. It remains popular in occult circles, discussed in many media, both modern and centuries old. Scrying is a form of divination involving gazing into a blank surface, such as an obsidian mirror. The best mirrors for this are black mirrors, and black obsidian is the most sought after. Obsidian is a natural form of volcanic glass. It is very consistent and flawless and can be polished to a very high standard, which makes it perfect for scrying. These mirrors are roughly oval or circular. We have managed to obtain a number of difficult to obtain black obsidian scrying mirrors. These are sometimes known as magic or magic mirrors. Black obsidian is a perfect deep black and takes a high polish, forming a top quality scrying mirror, size 4 to 5 inch diameter. So here is how a magic obsidian mirror looks like. This is a black mirror, as you can see. And yeah, that's a black mirror. So why am I showing you this? I'm going to tell you in a bit. I'm going to another website called Witches of the Craft. Let's say what they say about this scrying black mirror. So the black scrying mirror or magic mirror is a powerful psychic tool. It can bring the user hidden knowledge and let me make this bigger for you in the meantime. Hidden knowledge and clairvoyant ability and can act as portal to other planes of existence. History shows its use in many of the traditional mystery schools and oracular temples. Today, the serious student of magical arts can rediscover the ancient rites of the magic mirror, for these techniques are again coming to light. Scrying can be defined as the mantic art of gazing into or upon a crystal or dark mirror, allowing the physical eyes to relax, thus letting the inner psychic eyes begin to open and receive desired visions of information. The use of the black mirror is one of the best methods of achieving the state of mind required for entering trance and for scrying work. It not only acts as a focal point for visualization, but can become a doorway into the astral plane. It allows communication with higher realms and the subconscious and access to Akashic records. The traditional crystal ball is also a wonderful tool, but it is more difficult to scry with and is extremely expensive. The mirror is a more efficient way to begin to learn to scry and journey in other realms. However, all techniques in this article may be used with a crystal ball as well as the black scrying mirror. So black scrying mirror. What is this black scrying mirror? So let's just open this up here. Everyone has this kind of device, a smartphone, right? A black scrying mirror. How about that you and me are using a black scrying mirror actually? And they are telling us this is a smartphone and we are using computers and TVs and this is a technology, but actually this is not really a technology. What we are doing when we look into this black scrying mirror is actually magic, divination and scrying. What if all those pictures that we see there are actually just our imagination, putting it all there before in front of our eyes? What if when we connect to people on, let's say, Skype and have a video call, then we are actually astral projecting? That's the thing that I'm getting into. And if you go back to my first picture, let's start with the TV. That was the first one, right? Here we can see Dick Cheney. I found this nice picture of him looking at the World Trade Tower coming down after 9/11, and he's just watching this with his foot on the table. Like, how trendy, how stylish that is, watching such a thing that, you know, happened, and he's just watching like that. I mean, unbelievable. But the thing is, if you switch this off, it is going to be a black screen, which is, I believe, it may be a black scrying mirror. And what you can see here is just really creating the illusion that it is happening, but it isn't. Here's the computer screen. Again, black screen, and yet when you turn it on, we think it is the technology that we can see. But what if actually this has been taken from this occult, witchcraft, and it's actually a divination? That's how we communicate. Here's the typical monitor of a computer, a black screen. And also, these screens are usually full of crystals. If you remember what I read, it's about crystals. Here's a conference call. Again, using black screens. And now, what if, when we are looking at these screens and we communicate to each other, this is astral projecting and meeting each other in a way that we could actually, without those mirrors, by the third eye, or I'm not sure, some kind of capacity that we have, because the capacity that we have as human beings are greatly suppressed by all the toxins in the food, fluoride, all the poisons everywhere in the environment, you know, the chemtrails and vaccines and all the rest of it. And I believe that those people who were before us, like creating those monuments that we have seen on other videos, like those colonial, so-called colonial style buildings, they had much bigger capacity to create and envision. And we are using so-called technology, which I believe sometimes is just some sort of witchcraft. Here's another one, and this is a smart, new technology, smart TV, where you can actually interact with the TV and do stuff like you would do on your mobile phone. Here's another one, which is like getting slimmer and slimmer, but again, they are using crystals everywhere. And crystal, as we know, is about those things that are also present in those scrying mirrors. And here is your iPhone or whatever smartphone you have. And when we interact with the phone, then we kind of enter into a different realm, a different dimension. And we are visiting places. You can go to Google Maps and you visit another country, basically. Is it not astral projection or astral projection? You are visiting different websites, right? And by the way, when you are looking at websites, you are looking at 666, because in Jewish, Hebraic, the Kabbalistic tradition, every letter has a numerical meaning, and the W or the V letter, it's basically the same in the Hebrew, the Kabbalistic tradition. It has a numerical value of 6. So WWW is 666. Again, talk about witchcraft and magic mirrors. And again, as we are talking to different people, like they were local, like usually when you don't have this technology, you can only talk to people when you are face to face with them. But the smartphone, the phone and so on, lets you communicate with people that would be only available if they were local. And I guess it's kind of a divination. Okay, so let's look at some more things here. A YouTube channel. What is a YouTube channel? A YouTube channel I was thinking about this the other day when I was when I had the idea about the Black Mirror. Well, a YouTube channel is channeling something. Channeling something. Isn't it interesting? What is channeling? Have you heard the word channeling in another context? Well, I have. Channeling is sometimes meaning you contact other spiritual beings. Here's the definition from dictionary.com. Channeling: the practice of professedly entering a meditative or trance-like state in order to convey messages from a spiritual guide. One kind of definition. So again, it's very similar to what we read about the Black Mirror. Contacting spiritual guides, meditative state, trance-like state, and yeah, I'm not sure, but that's my impression. It's actually, this technology is weirder than we think it is. What is a television channel? A television channel is a broadcast frequency or virtual number. Let me make this bigger for you as well. Or virtual number over which a television station or television network is distributed. Okay, so television channel. Television, it's you have the vision there, the word vision, right? And you also have the word channel, and you have another word here, broadcast, which is another interesting word, because what happens when a witch is actually doing some harm? They are casting spells, casting. And if you cast spells to many places or a wide range of people, then you could say you are broadcasting. You are casting a broad spell. You see what I mean? I believe these things are not not named in these ways just by chance. I don't believe in chance. So here's another definition about of channeling. Channeling and spirit guides, voices from within, not beyond. The practice of channeling, a person's body being taken over by a spirit for the purpose of communication, has been around for millennia. There are countless stories of shamans, witch doctors, prophets, and others who claim to hear voices or receive some supernatural knowledge from the spiritual world. Channelers, also sometimes known as psychic mediums, often use what are called spirit guides, friendly spirits who give them knowledge and help them on their spiritual journey. Right? So, channeling is contacting supernatural knowledge, and it's known as psychic, and it's coming back and again that it's like hearing voices, receiving knowledge. When you receive an email, you receive knowledge. When you call someone, you hear voices, right? And the other thing I wanted to point out here is what they said in the other articles about the Black Mirror, is that I'm not sure where it was, but they said that you get into a trance. Now, these people who use their phones so often, they are it's like glued onto them. They don't even look up. They don't know what the world is. All they do all day long is look at their fucking phone, and it's like they are in a trance, right? Or imagine, remember the Pokemon kind of game, which is a tracking game. It's not really a game. It's a tracking application. There are several stories where people, fall into a ditch or fall down from the cliff or got hit by a car because they are so much into their fucking phone. What is it if not a trance? You know what I mean? These people just lose their mind, and they are just looking at this black screen, which is, with their brain, is creating the illusion that something is happening. But if you would pull the plug or whatever would happen, you would see that actually what they are looking at, and what you are looking at now, by the way, and what I'm looking at as well, is actually a black screen. It's not, there are no writings here. It's just my illusion. It's just my imagination. It's one way to take it. I'm not sure if it is true or not. I'm just playing with the idea. Playing with the idea because I went into the simulation theory and simulated reality theories, which I would like to talk about some more in other videos. But that's why I'm getting into these things. Like, what if this whole fucking thing, what we're looking at, is actually not real? And when you hear me talk, it's actually channeling. I am channeling what my knowledge is, and I'm telling you, and actually you're looking at a black screen and receiving this channeling from me, right? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And as you well know, I'm not a Christian, so I don't have like this, oh yeah, occult and the devilish and whatnot. But I know that there are evil forces in the world, so, and I think some of this is evil. That's how it looks like, based on my experience, and based on, you know, how people are hooked into this black magic, into this black scrying mirror. So anyway, that's just a thought I had. I wanted to share with you, and I would be really interested what you thought about the black mirrors and the smartphones, phones and computers being scrying black mirrors. And I'm off. See you in the next video. Bye.